It's official, it's been confirmed. André Ayew has joined the Premier League. A return to the English Premier League for the Ghana Black Stars captain after termination of his contract with Nottingham Forest. And Nottingham Forest have officially announced the signing of Ghanaian captain André Ayew. We'll look at the details of the signing, how long he'll be with them, and everything in between. We'll also look at the search for a new Black Stars head coach. Conversations are still ongoing. We've still not settled on who the next head coach of the Black Stars will be. Well, it is a favorite, and it is public knowledge that the fan favorite for the job is Chris Hughton. Opinions have been coming in. We'll look at the latest coming from a former sports minister on that conversation of the new Black Stars head coach and the way forward for the national teams, and some updates on the FA, and then pushing for 3 terms for office for the Ghana Football Association presidency. We'll look at all that today. As usual, subscribe if you have not. Click on the notification bell to get more updates. Support the channel and get us to provide and bring you more amazing content. Sahara Football merch links are in the description. I'll pin it as the first comment here, and we'll jump right into it and start from the camp of the Ghana Black Stars captain André Ayew. After terminating his contract outside by mutual consent, the captain of the Ghana Black Stars was left clubless and a free agent. And being a free agent meant that probably the transfer deadline rules that did prevented clubs from signing players did not apply to him. And in respect of that, after deadline day, he still got a club to join, reuniting with his former coach at Swansea City, Steve Cooper. It has been a long reunion coming, and many rumors have been making the rounds about André Ayew going there. The medical was done, and Forest completed the signing. The forward joins on a free transfer following his recent departure from Al Sadd, and have signed a deal until the end of the season. André will wear the number 42 during his time at Trent's side. André Ayew said, "It's a great feeling to sign for Nottingham Forest. I know how big the club is, and I know how much the club means to the city and the fan base. It's always been difficult whenever I played against Forest and at the City ground, and I love the stadium. Steve Cooper is someone who knows me very well and knows how to work with me both on and off the pitch. We have a strong relationship. He's a special coach and a special human being, and someone who I really look up to. I know what I can bring to the team. I'm ready to give my all and make sure that we are able to stay in the Premier League." Ayew, 33, reunites with Steve Cooper, having previously worked under the Forest head coach at Swansea City, scoring 35 goals in 84 appearances under the Welshman's tutelage. Ghana's national team captain has received a total of 113 international caps. His participation in the World Cup made him the only Ghanaian player to feature at the nation's last 3 World Cups, and scored in their opening group stage fixture against Portugal. Born in France, Ayew came through the rank of Marseille, scoring 60 goals in 209 appearances during a 9-year spell with the French club. He has also played in the Premier League before with Swansea City and then West Ham United, back to Swansea in the Championship, and before leaving to the shores of Fenerbahce and then Al Sadd, and all that is history. He scored 15 goals in 21 league matches as they were crowned Qatar Stars League champions last season. Leaving Qatar, he netted 22 goals in 39 appearances for Al Sadd. The experienced forward returns to England and becomes the Reds' latest recruit. And talking about the Reds' latest recruit, this is the 23rd player, if I'm not mistaken, that Nottingham Forest have signed this season. More like assembling a new team. But André Ayew will be in the Premier League for this season, and that is his reaction to it. He knows what he brings to the table. He will help Nottingham Forest stay up. They are currently struggling a bit in the Premier League, so his experience will come to bear. And it's quite unfortunate, I have to say, that most of the Ghanaian players that are joining clubs that are struggling in the relegation zone in and around. It will be great to have all of them not going down. So right now we have 9 Ghanaian players in the English Premier League after Kamaldeen Sulemana joined and Antoine Semenyo also joined, and now the captain of the national team, André Ayew, joining that beautiful array of Ghanaians, 9 of them in the Premier League. And I think for the first time, it is a huge number. That is a huge number to have playing in the Premier League for Ghana. Nottingham Forest unfortunately knocked out of the League Cup semi-final yesterday by Manchester United in that second leg. They did well, got to the semis, but it was too much for them to handle. United face Newcastle in the final. So congratulations to André Ayew on securing that move as a free agent to Nottingham Forest. My next story has to do with the next coach of the Ghana Black Stars, and we are still in search of a coach. No announcement forthcoming yet, and the fan favorite obviously is Chris Hughton. Now, talking about Chris Hughton being the fan favorite, former Deputy Sports Minister Vincent Asamoah has chipped in the conversation. As I have a lot of people chipped in the conversation of who should be the next coach. He says he will opt for Chris Hughton as the next Black Stars head coach. Quoting him, he said, "Let's all be honest, our Black Stars started declining long ago. It did not start today. I was unhappy Otuado resigned because I feel he had enough experience," interesting, "and lessons to correct his mistakes and build a better team for us. I'm sure the Black Stars would have done very well going forward with Otuado as head coach. Since we have decided to rely on foreign players for the Black Stars, then we don't need a local coach. I will opt for Chris Hughton. I believe he can do the job, but should he also fail with the Black Stars, then the problem will be beyond coaching, but rather with us as a country." Do you agree with him? Should Chris Hughton not be able to manage a national team to success? Does that mean the problem is beyond repair? Well, it will mean that Chris Hughton could not handle, first of all, the pressure of selection issues and all that. And I would not want to believe that Hughton is someone who will cower to pressure to select a particular player. I want to be confident that there are still some men who are capable of that. That being said, will he be given the job? Because probably he might be the one who would resist all those things. Time will tell who the next Black Stars head coach will be. It will be interesting when the announcement is forthcoming. But currently, we have no announcement. And just next month, we have games to play. A doubleheader versus Angola, most likely at the Cape Coast Sports Stadium here in Ghana and outside in Angola for that second leg. And I think he makes an interesting point that it is imperative that we go in for a coach who can stand his ground, a coach that can withstand the pressures that come with the Black Stars job. And that comment about local players, I think, is settled. The local players probably are not cut out for the senior national team, and it's quite clear looking at the CHAN competition and throughout, it has not been great for local players, and they are sort of a contention for the national team play places. But let me know what you think in the comments box. The Ghana Football Association Executive Committee members reportedly are fighting to have the FA president take up 3 terms, which will mean they will be in power for 12 years because each term takes 4 years. It's interesting what they are pushing for, and it's clear the agenda is set. Ketiye Sukreku might retain the seat and might go a further term. It's interesting. We'll see what happens on that front. We'll see if that will be exactly voted on and accepted. Let me know what you think in the comments box. Talking to you about André Ayew's move to Nottingham Forest confirmed, his thoughts on the move, what he brings to the table. He's here to help Nottingham Forest stay up. Coming back to work with Steve Cooper. And the new Black Stars head coach, Chris Hughton, a fan favorite, according to former Deputy Sports Minister Vincent Asamoah. Let me know your thoughts in the comments box. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy your evening.